there! So today I'm going to get into some of the best niches that you can start in 2022. These are some low content niches that are really good to get started with, really good to sort of kick up your business. So whatever part in your journey you're at, the new year is always a time that people start on their goals. And if one of your goals is to build your low content business or start publishing on Amazon or anything like that, then this is going to be a great place for you to start. Um, Hopefully you get some ideas from this. If you want me to go into depth with any of these, I absolutely will. But today we're just going to be listing some of the best ideas, just to help you sort of like a springboard. So without any further ado, let's get into it. If you're new to the channel or new to passive income, then welcome. I'm Sarah. This is I Publish Ghostwriters. On this channel, we're here to help you create passive income, especially when it comes to online publishing. We publish hundreds of books in dozens of different languages on Amazon, KDP, Ingram Spark, Audible, and so much more. The content we create is to help you do the same and help you achieve the sort of financial freedom that passive income can bring you. As always, if you like this video, you want to see more like it, then go ahead and leave a like down below. That way we can provide you with the kind of content you want to see. If you want more videos like this, or videos on passive income, then make sure you've subscribed with all post notifications turned on. We're always trying new things so that we can bring you the best tips, tricks, and tutorials. If you don't want to miss out, then make sure you're dialed in. Okay, so like I said, today we're going to be talking about some of the best top low content niches for the year 2022. These include books that are selling really well on Amazon right now and will continue to sell throughout the year. So if you're looking for a good starting point, this is going to be it. Before I get into it, I just want to say that success in any niche really depends on your ability to pinpoint where your audience is going to be and niche down. These surface level niches can seem kind of saturated. However, you're going to put in the work, you're going to look and dig really deep and figure out some topics and some audiences that are not currently covered. And while, yes, there might be 100,000 of that one niche, you're going to provide the book for the audience that you want to catch. So the success only goes as far as you are willing to put into it, looking and doing keyword research and figuring out what audience is waiting for this book for you. If you want to make a journal, obviously there's millions of journals out there, but if you want to make a journal for this one specific audience, it might do better if you figure out the keywords to direct the traffic from there, and things like that. Obviously, this is not one size fits all. It looks a little bit different for everybody, but just a word of advice that if you feel like it's oversaturated, there's definitely a way to niche that down. So, without further ado, let's dive in. So the first niche that we're going to go over today is going to be activity books. They're super profitable, but can be really competitive. What this kind of means is you need to niche down and find low competition keywords to make money on that niche. Some of the most popular sub-niches under the main sort of broad spectrum of activity books are going to be word search books, mazes, I Spy books, dot marker activity books, dot-to-dot books. All of these can sort of be geared towards any sort of group of kids, or they can be geared towards older kids, toddlers, teenagers, adults. You can have them be specific, and you can do things like for birthdays, you can do them for anniversaries, you can sort of niche them on any sort of group. So again, niche down. You know that you're going after a lot of competition, but if you can provide something that other people are not providing, then you're always going to stand out. So the next one we're going to cover is going to be password logbooks or password trackers. These are great niches if you want to try out hardcover books, if that's not something you're already doing. Password logbooks are just sort of a blank journal with somewhere for people to put their passwords. These are really good for anyone that isn't great with technology, like older audiences, things like that. The interior is really simple and you can create them for free with like Canva. I believe I've gone over something similar, but if not, I'd be more than happy to go down and do another video on that. But it consists essentially of like a row for your website, your username, your password, and all the notes that can help you remember them. things like that, and you can make them look just about how you want. This is just like a journal in general, and that journal is going to allow you can like repurpose the ones that you've already done for journals into password logbooks. So if you already have really good, well-performing covers, target the same audience. Just change it to a password logbook. Something like that can really help you. These password logbooks are very popular, and as people sort of try to get their life in order and make sort of goals and things like that, having a password log is great. These are really good for, like I said, hardcovers. This is something that somebody is going to hold on to for a long time. So that is definitely worth keeping in mind. You can probably make a little bit more money doing hardcovers than you would doing just a normal paperback. Next up, we're going to talk about educational books. These are books, workbooks, anything to sort of help people learn. These educational books sell super well on Amazon. These range everything from letter tracing books, handwriting books, cursive handwriting, number tracing books, math workbooks, and scissor skills. With kids learning at home, on and off, hoping to learn a little bit more over the summer, these are always going to do well. There's been a huge increase in demand for kids' educational books and workbooks ever since 2020. And you can definitely sub-niche down. You can gear these towards specific age groups. You can do it towards at-home learning, summer learning, things like that. And just sort of find the niche that makes the most sense for what you have. Now let's talk about accounting ledger books. An accounting ledger book is kind of a logbook that works also as a cash memo. It basically comes with like 6 to 7 columns with a serial number, date, description, account, debit, credit, sum total. It can be really helpful for small business owners or even individuals that can use it to keep a record of their monthly income, sort of like a budget or anything like that. They're really easy to create in, I always use Canva, but you can use it in something like PowerPoint. You just need to create a page and repeat it like 100 times to make this book. This is another one that will do really well as a hardcover. Again, to make just a little extra money, because these are things that people want to hold on to over time. Now let's talk about workout logbooks. It has more than 1,000 Google searches per month, and only 569 search results on Amazon. This means it's a low-content book that has high demand, but it's still pretty low in terms of competition. So this is the kind of niche that you should be aiming for. Just do your research and the kind of interior that you feel like would work best for this logbook. I would just start I'd start my search just looking at what is available and what other people in the niche are currently doing. You can use Etsy, which is what I use. I look at printables and see what other people are doing for their fitness logs, and then start creating it on something like Canva for free. This is something that I will be covering in the future because I think this is a great opportunity for a low content book that if it's not something you know how to do, it's a great place to start. So next up, we're going to talk about camping journals and travel logbooks. These are really popular among people living like an RV or a van lifestyle, or people that kind of just love camping or traveling. The book lets them record their memories and experiences in one sort of easy and convenient place. These are really simple to create and wouldn't take much time. Again, you can use Canva, you can use PowerPoint, things like that. And you can just start your search for these on somewhere like Etsy, somewhere like on other books within the similar niche. Much like some of the other ones I've mentioned, this is another one that could be really good for hardcover because similar to a scrapbook or a memory journal or something like that, this is something that somebody's going to be holding on to for a while among many different trips and locations and things like that. And giving them something hardy that won't fall apart is going to be a huge plus in this niche. And that being such a new tool that could give you an edge over other travel logbooks and help you sort of niche yourself down to people who want to keep these books for a long time. And then, of course, how could we not cover coloring books? This is one of those evergreen niches that have a huge range of sub-niches. You can make them year-round, you can make them for holidays, you can make them for times of the year. You have a spring coloring book, you have an Easter coloring book. You get double use out of some of those art pieces. Obviously, you want to make them unique still, but it's all about getting the value for what you're offering. You could also offer coloring books for adults. You can do them for teenagers. You can do them for grandparents. You can do them for coloring book for traveling with, things like that. You can be creative with these niches. This is one especially that has a lot of sort of flexibility. The coloring book niche is really tough to enter, though, due to the fact that the competition is going to be extremely high. So in order to make money on this low content niche going into 2022, you're going to need to find that sub niche that aren't competitive yet. A good example of this would be doing like a coloring book with affirmations, or doing a coloring book for a group that isn't sort of covered but still gets a good amount of traffic. So doing that keyword research and figuring out those low competitive keywords is going to do wonders for your coloring book. So the last one for today, and I know that I have covered it extensively, just in case this might be your first video of ours today, it's going to be it's going to be journals. These are affirmation journals, these are gratitude journals, these are dream journals, these are anything under the sun with the word journal. Now, it is a highly competitive niche, like a few of the other ones, but you can do things to sort of give yourself the edge. That means finding the keywords that work best for you. That means finding an audience that isn't sort of catered to nearly as much. Finding funny ways to sort of appeal to your audience. You can amp this up with like custom vector art using something like Vecteezy, which is what we use. You can use fun fonts or something custom like that, like we do with Creative Fabrica. You can use a lot of different things with the things at your disposal to make 100 different journals and post them, because with journals it's going to be about volume. You're going to be needing to hit as many of those points as possible and offer something that other people aren't offering. But the nicest thing about journals, and the reason that this is going to be number one on this list, is going to be the fact that journals are the easiest things to make, because you really only need to make one interior. And then it's just going to be covering niches with your covers, which the covers, again, once you have your one interior done, you have 120 pages, say, you don't need to find sort of a different template for your cover every single time. You've already got it loaded into Canva, and you just need to change the images. You just need to change the fonts. We will always cover journal covers and things like that as soon as we figure them out. We figure out new ways to do it. It is something that we, like I said, we cover pretty extensively throughout the channel. And the reason we do this is because it is a really good access point. It's a really good entry point for anybody looking to do low content. And if you are on the fence about doing low content, take 20 minutes, play around with Canva, maybe check out one of our tutorials on the page and figure out if this is sustainable for you. Because again, you just need to make one solid PDF for the interior of these low content books, and you can start making your covers. But that is going to be all for today. Hopefully this starts to give you some ideas, some kickoff points. If you're on the fence about making your low content business, about doing the whole publishing thing, these are really simple access points for you to start with, because that's really what I do these tutorials and I do these breakdowns for, to make low content publishing as accessible and easy as possible. And hopefully, if you found this useful, make sure you check out some of our other tutorials on the page. Like I said, we use Canva, which is a free program but has some really good pro tools. I will have a link for that down below. We've been using Creative Fabrica, and we will be coming out with some content based around that pretty soon, because we've got some ideas cooking in the pipeline. And Vecteezy is our biggest tool for especially these low content things, for eye-catching designs and things like that. So we'll make sure those links are down below, as well as all of our normal links. And If you want to see more like this, make sure you are subscribed to the channel because we are coming out with new content all the time. Especially going into the new year, we're going to be giving you tons more ideas and things like that. We're going to try and focus on some things that we haven't done in the past. As much as you guys do seem to like the journal covers and the gratitude journal, things like that, we will always be making those, but we're going to try and sort of pepper in some new stuff. So make sure you stick around, make sure you're subscribed with post notifications so you never miss a single video. And if you like this video, leave a like. Let us know if there's anything you want to see down below in the comments, and we will absolutely check those out for you. So until next time, we'll see you around.